In today's episode, we get murdered, stick together a A7V, create a monstrosity which should murder the enemy, capture more German tanks, this time this little poxy thing, make a tank completely invisible, acquire some French tanks for some gunnage. This is said gunnage. And we stick it in this marvellous little contraption.
This video is sponsored by Instant Gaming. Be sure to click on the link in the description to get this game for cheaper.
Alrighty, so where are we up to? Well, we are currently building a lot of these. This is the latest Mark 1 tank, so it's the 1.5 essentially, and is the best one I'm going to build out of this hull. And this is the combination one, so we have some anti-tank capability and features all the latest technology that I have acquired, which includes this German gun as the main feature, which is absolutely marvellous. And the paint job on it is spectacular. I love it. Now, we're also sticking together one of these. This is the Mark 5 hull. Vastly superior, more structurally sound. It's got a lot of the flaws in it that have been removed from the Mark 1. It has much more survivability factors. It can be repaired quicker. It's got some signaling on there for outward communication. It's got this big log thing on it, so that if it decides it wants to get stuck, they can unchain that, stick it under the track, and get themselves out, and various other little bits, which is absolutely fantastic, don't you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you know any historical facts? I've been watching a few documentaries lately. It's what I end up doing when I'm playing a game like this. I end up watching videos on YouTube, mainly from, say, the Bovington Historical Museum. They have all of that tank stuff there. Google it if you are interested in this kind of stuff. There are several YouTubes out there, and they do have some models of the, well, not models, but actual tanks of them, which is marvellous to have a look at. It actually shows the scale of them, which is just absolutely ridiculous. So, where was I? Yes, so, and the contract that we currently have, we are making 30 of those, of these ones here. These ones, yeah. And I'm hoping the next batch is going to be these, which is going to be much better. And I'm even hoping we can unlock some new technology, especially an engine. I find the one that's in there now a bit lacking when we throw it around on the testing ground. I'm hoping to get another one. And there's various other improvements that I do want to get. We shall see. Looking at technology, we are researching the new engine right now, which is wonderful. That is a vast improvement if we have a look at the stats. So each one is broken down into various bits, but we'll just sum it up just so we're not wasting time. Mobility 92, reliability 12, and repairability 14. And if we have a look at this, look at that. That's the one that we're currently using. So the newer one is much more mobile and is just better in general. Crew performance is also better, which is a big... Oh no, it's actually worse, but that's just more comfort. So this just must be a bigger, noisier thing. But there are things that we can stick onto it which will alleviate that to some degree. So we'll have to see how that goes. I mean, it even comes with all of these other improvements, like the transmission. Currently, I think we're using our own, but there's a few German parts and French parts that we're using in our current design. And the plan is, once we have this, I might see about going down the combination turret and see if that fits on our tank design, but it might also be better to go for, say, this, which is the Hornet tracking, because at some point we are going to need a turret on our little Whippet tank, which is this hull. If we capture a German light tank which has a turret, we can take that off and bung it on there, and that would be ideal. But if we can get to the Hornet hull before we do that, that'll be even better, because that is vastly superior, and we're going to need the tracks for that. So we're just going to have to see what we can do with it. To be completely honest, where's it gone? This one, the combination that has a room for a turret and a machine gun, which will mean we don't have to do a wacky design where there's a turret on one side and 2 machine guns on the other. It'll actually look a little bit more symmetrical, which somebody like me, that means it's actually nice to look at. Another thing that I do want is this hardened steel, which is better than the previous one, just to give a bit more survivability. And the next hull is this one. This is technically a Liberty, or a Mark 8 hull, which they were building right at the end of the war, but I don't think they actually participated. Now, we're currently in 1915, so if we can get down there and actually get them integrated into combat, then we'll be well ahead of technology at the time, and should prove that we can murder the Germans even better. But to be fair, the Germans only managed to get 20 tanks in the war, and I know for a fact that they're going to have more than that in this game. Because, well, because it is what it is. So there is that. This is the German one, the A7V. This is just the hull part. Everything has been stripped off of it. But we are actually engineering or sticking back together the engine. Oh no, the hull. Oh, I must have done the engine. Okay, we'll have to look at that. I can't quite remember where we were with that. But another option is if we use this hull and play with it, make it a little bit harder, stronger, tougher. It's full of machine guns, and then stick an improved, well, the best gun we have is currently theirs anyway, but maybe stick some of the other nations' technology into the gun. We might make an even better German tank, perhaps. And it could potentially have on it the Hornet tracking system, but I don't quite know if they'll be able to hold the weight of it, but you can make some right shenanigans on this. I cannot wait to have a bit of a shenanigan creation design with that. In terms of supplies and materials, I am trying to gather as many as I possibly can as quickly as possible. Currently we're ordering stuff in from North America. It's actually one of the cheaper areas, and you can get good quantities, but it does take a little while to get here, and you can only have one order in at a time currently. There must be plans to be able to grab materials from various places at the same time, because there is an option somewhere, but it's just locked out at the moment. So that is a potential future feature that we can look forward to. That'll be lovely. But we definitely need more supplies. These tanks are getting very expensive to build. Yeah, we can't buy them quick enough. Europe has more supplies available, but the cost of it is ridiculous. So if you have a look, medium carbon steel, which we use a lot of, say for example the ones that we are building now, which is this one, iron and medium carbon steel, they are the biggest ones, and we need about 700 per tank. And North America, you get some, it's like 10 tanks worth-ish. If we were to buy from Europe, maybe 15 tanks worth altogether, if it's just iron. But look at the price. Iron is £5 pounds per unit. Over there, it's 3. Medium carbon steel is 4 here. And in Europe, it's 6. So you're paying so much more, which will so badly affect your profit margins, and that is not good for business. If I can get away with doing it from North America, I will. Or if I need to, I'll just have a big boost from Europe. Maybe it's a one-time just to bring the numbers up, but we'll see. What would you do in this situation? Would you do what I'm planning on doing, or would you just think, I'll be right, go to Europe? Let me know your thoughts. Do you think I should just do that on the next run? I'm thinking it might have to be, because we are running quite dangerously low. So for said contract, I am building, and it's going to take 44 days to build these. Not gonna lie, I've forgotten how many I put on order. I think I did 25. I would have worked it out before with the contract, just how much time we had. We should have enough time. We should. Hopefully. But there was a battle as well. So the first Mark 1s which we initiated, they have the turret on there, not the machine guns. They went up against the 2nd Grenadier Division. Somehow the Germans won, which is a little bit annoying. Attacker power, which would have been... Oh, the Germans were attacking. Okay. So this is the stats for that. Landscape bonus, commander bonus, and experience bonus. They have all of that. Defender bonus, urbanization, entrenchment, and so on. Random seed. This is just a randomizer for who gets what. And unfortunately, this meant that the Germans got the upper hand yet again. Which is not fantastic. Because currently, we haven't won one battle, which is quite a nuisance. And I think we lost a tank. Did we lose a tank or didn't we? I thought we did. No, we must not have done. Alright, okay. Well, that's not too bad then. One thick... Oh, yeah, we did, look. 11 out of 12. One of them must have got murdered. Now, it's not currently in this version of the game, apparently. However, at some point, I do believe the combat will be visualized again, just like it was in the demo, which would be absolutely lovely. It just currently isn't in here. I'll have to try and ask the developers what their plan is for that to happen, but no, we're getting there. Then we've got Mark 5s and Whippets coming in, and we're currently building for Company D, which is absolutely fantastic. Do have quite a bit of cash in the bank, however, we are spending a lot of money on resources, but we, you know, you get that money back, really, don't you, when you spit the tanks out. We do overprice them because the competitors' tanks are a bit awful currently. I'm presuming it's going to get a lot harder once they introduce more of that into the game. Other things that are going on, we have our tank which we are currently producing in the proving grounds to test and analyze any defects. Currently it's got 4 days left in it. Hopefully we won't produce too many of them. And what we can do is, once it's been done, we can throw money at it to alleviate those defects, and the tank will be better off for it, which is marvellous. So I'm just going to continue the game now and see where we get. Oh, apparently we hadn't actually sent that thing off. They've just accepted that offer. We've already started building the tanks. Hopefully that'll give us an extra few days. And there we have it. We have managed to stick back together one of these. We've actually incorporated some of our French and British technology into this. So we'll see how that compares. One of the big things that I was debating lately is the fact that the armor on this thing is considerable in comparison to ours. And I wasn't sure if we'd be able to penetrate it. Now, they still haven't faced off each other, so we'll just have to wait and see who blows what up. I'm hoping that the Mark 1, the one that we're building now, with its new technology, should be able to penetrate these quite happily, but the previous ones, I am dubious if that is the case. Another reason why I want to get the Mark 5 hull up and ready and running, and we're going to have to look at trying to acquire more firepower as well. This is another piece off of the German tank. Now I might as well bung one of these together, see what I could do. This is more of a commander station for looking out and everything else. Very good for battlefield awareness. Now there's various pieces we can stick on here. So we've got a British made sight, which is quite heavy, which is not ideal, but it does have very good stats in terms of crew awareness and so on. This is that very little top bit there, see, look. So it is heavy and everything else. But if we have a look at the others, the German one doesn't dish out very good awareness, however, it is very light. But I don't think that'll be a problem anyway. The French one is a bit of in between, but I think overall, having this one on, the British one, will be overall better. Now we can make this out of the normal iron, or we can make it out of steel. Steel is obviously far better at resisting damage. We can also bung in some of this. Now, the bolted assembly is much nicer. It gives you added structure repairability and everything else, because you can take things apart rather than just ramming a rivet in it. Now, this is a little bit expensive in terms of materials, but I do believe it is much better. Now we also have the vision ports, which is these little things here. We can also play with them. The German one is actually better, and that's this one. I like the first one more. It's a little bit heavier, yes, but overall it gives better stats. And oh, the volume. Ooh, that's actually quite girthy. Alright, alright. Well, what about the French one? I think that is a good balance. No, no, the British one. That's actually got the best stats. And is quite cheap to make as well-ish. Not much in it, to be completely honest, but I'm going to go for that anyway. And then turret hatch. Turret hatch? You're saying we could bung a turret on this potentially? Oh, that's quite nice. Alright, well, we've got a British one, which is awful. We have a... oh, the Mark II British one is actually not bad at all. I think we'll stick with that. So we'll save that and get the engineers sticking that together, and then I can see then what we can use that for. Ooh, trials have just been completed. Let's have a quick gander. Oh, we can't do it in that one, can we? Oh, but I might be able to set the other one off. Oh, no, I can't. We haven't done it yet. Okay. So this is the tank, the one that we're producing now, like I said, which has the faults. Well, the ones that we've just tested. Oh, where have they gone then? I could have sworn this is the one that we were doing. Maybe we can't fix the defects while we're producing it. That would make sense. But at the same time, we should be able to fiddle around with it while the new ones are coming off the production line. Or maybe it's just slightly chiseled itself. I don't quite know. It is in very much pre-alpha, this. So there are expected to be bugs. We'll probably just have to come back to that later. Something that I... oh, hang on. Oh, it's in here. Oh, I'm just being dim. Right. These are the defects we can fix. So blocked vision ports, blocked evacuation path, all the stuff you want in a tank, insufficient structure, rigidity, throw money at it and they can fix it. Operational range, power loss because it's heavy, road speed because there's not enough vibration, dampening, and that's all them fixed. Isn't that marvelous? Now what we can do is get them building this. Or, well, not building, but sticking it together with all these different parts. That's going to take 17 days. But we better start doing that. We can get it in trials. And hopefully we can start building these when they next want some tanks built. Our cab thing has been stuck together. Let's have a quick gander. Here it is. I don't quite know what we could use that for yet, obviously, apart from if we were to build the German tank. But it's definitely good to have. See what else I can do with doing. Ooh, one thing I didn't update is the male sponson, which is the one with the turret in it. So I might as well do one of these. Stick it with the steel, the bolted assembly, because that's just the better one. And then the port, I think the best one is the Vision Port Mark II. Yep, the turret door, or we could only stick on the British Mark II, which is fine. And the hatch, again, is the turret hatch Mark II from the British, which is that top bit there. So I'll have to do that. I think the main change will be this bolted assembly. It improves the reliability and the crew's safety. You don't want to get murdered, do you? So we'll get that doing. That won't take long. 4 days, minor improvement. We already did this with the female sponson, which is this one. That's already got, so it'll just keep it up to the same spec. I would love to get this gun in a tank. Currently, the only one that it'll fit in is the French one, which is not great as it is. Which is a bit of a shame. We'll leave this department for now. Oh, rival tanks. Oh, British forces managed to seize yet another German tank after fierce fighting. The High Command has entrusted you to rip it apart, see what you make of it. Ooh, let's have a look-see. That's at the LK2. Isn't that the light tank? I'm pretty sure it is, which could mean... Oh, it is! Look! We can bung a turret on. But what goes in there? Is that just a machine gun? Surely we can stick a small cannon in there. I would like that very much. Wonder what the engine's like. Well, I suppose we won't know until we rip it apart. This thing is quite light. Mass limit. So those tracks aren't going to be very good. They are incredibly thin. I can imagine that got bogged down quite well in the mud. 10 tons on thin tracks in thick mud never ends well. But I do want that. Let's rip that apart. So that's going to take... Oh, 3 days. Oh, lovely. Let's get on with that. So we've ripped it apart. Here it is. Some of it. And we can actually design one so we can make it out of our steel. We've actually managed to acquire the Germans' version of bolted assembly. Theirs is so much more expensive, however... Oh, yeah, iron. Look at that. It uses so much. It's a little bit better at the repairability and the reliability of the structure. But that is so much. Having ours gives you better crew safety rating anyway. I think I'll stick with that because I don't think I'm going to want to spend more than double on that. And then we've got a turret hatch. This is just an escape route. The German one is not great. We'll stick a British one on there and that will improve the stats. I don't think this will take very long. 3 days, how wonderful. And while that's happening, we can rip apart another piece of that tank and see what we make of that. Oh, there you go, developers. There is a bit of a glitch here. Graphical. We have all of the bolts or rivets of a of the other German tank currently just set around this, and that's actually quite nice for scale comparison. So the other tank, as you can see, being much larger than this, you can fit this inside of it. Bit of a bug, but quite a cool one, not gonna lie. But regardless, we will do the hull on this. See if it's better than the Whippet. I don't think it is though. What we could even do, if it is, use the Whippet tracks on this. That might be interesting. We'll have to have a look at that. That's going to take 6 days. So they've done it. They've managed to design one of these, stick it back together. To me, that does just look like an MG turret, which is a little bit disappointing. but you never know, I might be able to stick in an actual turret and replace that. Here is our trusty Whippet. So let's create another design. We've got our Whippet Mark II version. And there's the engine that we designed. We can shove that in. Now we have a few options. We have our own tracks, or we can stick in... This is the track of the A7V. Which is quite funky. We've yet to actually engineer that, but that looks quite funky and afters that. The Whippet tracks themselves are this one, which is also quite cool. The Whippet ones can hold 16 tons, whereas the German one, even though it's not as maneuverable or anything, can hold 33 tons. So if weight becomes an issue, that is an option. It does require more maintenance though, and you can only fit 4 people in here, which is not great. Overall on the mobility, however, the German ones, yeah, there's a little bit of a balanced juggle, but it's about the same actually. However, they're even cheaper to make. Well, that's interesting. But that might change once we design it. So I am going to design one of them and see how we get on. But for now... Oh, look! We can bung a turret on it! How good is that? Oh, that is marvellous! One problem, though. I think it's only machine gun. Yeah, it is. Oh, that's really annoying. Which one did we go for lately? There's the German one, which had high rate of fire, but then there's the French one. I think I preferred that one because it had more accuracy, I think. I can't quite remember. But we can stick some of them in. Oh, I really wanted a little cannon on that turret. That is heartbreaking. But why would you need so many machine guns? There's only 4 people that can fit in here. But let's... Oh! It opens up a 5th one. Apparently, there's room for a person inside of that. But we shall see. Well, we need a driver. We need a commander. We want to be trying to fill these as much as possible. Gunner. Mechanic. And then we can probably go for a gunner mechanic. Because, let's face... Oh, gunner commander there. No, I don't need that. Load a gunner. No. Gunner commander. Oh, it's legit. Another gunner. Oh, right. Well, in that case, the commander over here can be a commander gunner. If that makes sense. And this one could be a gunner mechanic. Command... Oh, hang on. Gunner commander. Gunner loader. I don't want another gunner. I don't need a loader. I want another mechanic. Right, alright. Well, I don't think we're going to get one. To be completely honest. So it's just going to have to be another gunner. So this one poor man is going to be understaffed in attempting to keep this thing running. But okay, it is what it is. What do you reckon? We've only got 1 slot for ammunition, believe it or not, and fuel. Oh yeah! We've got new petrol. Higher octane. Increases the range, the reliability. Improves the safety as well, believe it or not. How wonderful is that? Now, what colour would you want to do this one then? We could make it look like the German tank. Which is a little bit annoying. Could give it one of them, because I think we'll be going over to the Whippet tank, not the Whippet tank, the Hornet tank soon. And I seem to like giving the last one of a series this kind of look for the time being. I don't even think we've made any of these, but okay, we'll save this. Yeah, there's nothing else that I want to put on here. Yeah, we'll save that. And we'll get that sorted, but we've got to get the Mark 5, Mark 1 sorted first, so they're a little bit busy. Ooh, I nearly forgot to get more resources in. That would have been disastrous. Iron and medium carbon steel. I do not have enough. So if we was to make a load of these... Yeah, look, see, North America. Oh, I can order about 10 tanks worth of materials in one go from there. If I do it from Europe... Oh wow, he's talking a lot more. 21, but it's going to cost me a leg. I might just need to do it. I might just max it all out, to be completely honest. We need that boost. Maybe even if I just do iron and medium carbon steel. Looking at this, we've got a lot of high carbon steel already. Don't really need that. Doesn't use too much. And the other place, but high carbon steel actually has enough in there anyway. So I think I'll just get a massive boost of iron and medium carbon steel. Or the other option is, I mean, how long does it take to get here? 19 days from Oceania, 14 days from Middle East, but there's not enough. Asia, 16 days. That's not too bad. Oh, the prices are pretty good from there, actually. But I need the quantity. See what I can do just for that boost, because it is Europe. It takes 6 days to get here as well. So I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to max it all out on the iron and medium carbon steel for that boost. Which is going to cost me a hell of a lot. However, I think I really need to. Gonna have to do it. This is gonna cost me 180,000, which is ridiculous. On a good note though, we have reverse engineered the hull fragment of this. Now I'm gonna go have a go at the engine and see what that is all about. 3 days, not bad. This is the hull. Interesting. Well, we can make our own version. Get rid of the German bolt, stick our own in. Get rid of the German material, stick our own steel in there. And oh look, we've got a few different bits here. So we've got the vision port of the British, which is currently the best. I'll stick that in. Ventilation, the German one is a little better. Oh, that's nice. Well, these are these little things down here. Yeah, the German one's better apparently. And we've got the door. Now these affect armor on the thing incredibly. Look at that. That increases armor massively, and that is from the other German tank. 15 rear thickness somehow. That is incredible. Now, I think we shall stick that. I think they're currently a little busy. Oh no, they're not actually. They've got some free time. Let's have a gander. Well, what I can do even is, you see these German tracks. This is the one off the A7V, the bigger one. I could fiddle around with it, see what I want to do here. So we've got the British rollers. They're not quite as good as the German. However, they are half the weight, half the materials. That is marvellous. I think the German one is a smidge better in terms of stats, but I think it's over-engineered, so we'll go for those spring rollers. Now we've got the idler, which is the one which sits there. This is the driving wheel. And let's have a quick look. Mark III is pretty good. I think that's the only decent one. And then the driving wheel itself, I think the best one is the German one. It's a much lighter, it's got good stats, costs less. That is a winner. We'll stick with that. What I am going to do is get that done. That's 3 days, and then we'll work on the hull piece itself, which is this, which will probably take a couple of days longer. Here's a thought. Light naval gun. Will that fit in the turret? Ooh, that is a good question. I do not know, but if it does, that would be absolutely fantastic. That will just have to be potentially... Oh, look at that. Component size, small. And what is the size of the normal one? Oh, that's small as well. Oh, I don't quite know then. I don't quite know. If it would, that would be fantastic. Currently just playing around to see what I could do, and strangely, this never occurred to me. But you can stick the British 6-pounder gun inside of the A7V. Quite cool, isn't it? And then there's machine guns everywhere, like there is in this one, which is just mental. I mean, look at all the people that are in it. How many people did they have in here? 15? 20? It's ridiculous. Now this is off... I mean, if I really wanted to. I mean, it won't work. But technically, you could put Whippet tracks underneath. Not that they'd work, because they're just too heavy. I mean, there's no ground clearance anyway. Not that this tank has much, but... You know, that's just mad. One of the things that this game does really well, you can play around, and there are mistakes to be made, but there are also very good things that you can fiddle around with and create some marvelous, absolute monsters of whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? You can go mental. Tell you what though, so the A7V is normally what? That colour? Let's see what it looks like in camouflage. Look at that, that's quite cool, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, there, stick that in a bush, you'll never see it. How wonderful is that? That's quite funky as well. I don't know why, they're quite funky on this. Which one's your favourite? Let me know in the comments. Oh, look at that. I think because this is more of a square structure, you know, just more sides than intricate fucking little bits, you can see the pattern more and it looks funky. I quite like that as well. Yeah, let me know your favourite. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And while you're typing that comment in, do us a favour and press that like button, will you? That helps me out marvellously. Or do you prefer these? I don't know why, but with these colours always remind me of the classic army men. Tan versus green. I don't know why I like this colour, but anyway, that's me being weird. Oh, we've got another tank. Hey, bloody hell, we're getting them all now. The Renault FT-17. Now, they built a few of them, didn't they? But we can reverse engineer that as well when I find the right button. There it is. Oh, this one have an actual turret on it? With a cannon job. Oh, it did! Look at that! Yes! Oh, we're gonna get that. That is what I've been waiting for. This turret. Now, I don't make much of them tracks. Look a bit. That they're just gonna slide on anything that isn't some traction stuff, but no. Look. Yeah. Oh, this is what I want. I don't know about the engine. Can't imagine that pulling many things around. But oh, I need this. That's going to be my next job. Oh, before we do that though, we've just acquired some resources. Look at that. Iron and medium carbon steel has increased. So we do want to keep getting more in, but I don't need to go for the stupid expensive ones now. I can go for my normal purchaser in North America. Let's boost this up to stupid proportions and begin with it. As I thought, Oceania. That takes longer, doesn't it? 23 days. Or does it? 19 days. Oh, there's not much in it. I'm going to say if it's worth doing Oceania, because then Yeah, you might be ordering less, but if you could do it more often, you know what I mean? You'd have to work it out, I suppose. But I'm going to max this out as much as I can. How much rubber do we have? Not all that much. We'll max that out as well. What's that? 800 and... Which is the one... Hold on a minute. High carbon steel. Isn't that one I can sell? It is. Oh no, it's glass I could sell. Right, no, I was trying to think of too many things. But no, we'll buy a load of that. We don't need too much of that. Oh, hang on a minute. Let's shut that down. Mark 5 series. Oh, we can't do it yet. I was going to say we can look at the resources required to build one of the Mark 5s. We can't yet because it's not actually been stuck together yet. So we'll just have to order maximum. Anyway, glass I want as much as I possibly can, and that is 6,000 there. Because you can sell the glass and make a profit off it. I'm yet to do that, but we'll get there. So, get that going. That is a must. Right, we've got a few things that have just finished. The Mark 5 Mark 1 design has just been completed. So we need to get that into the proving grounds. It's going to cost me 6,000 and take 9 days. Okay, so that's one job done. The design lot are now finished doing their thing, so we'll look at them next. The reverse engineering side has just finished. We can pick our next one, which is this. We did the whole of that last. We want this doing. Definitely. What's that going to take? Oh, 2 days. Oh, beautiful. Well, I ain't going to get them to do this, stick this together now, because I want that turret. So I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to give them 2 days rest, because they don't have weekends off, to be completely honest. Lovely. They've just reverse engineered that, but I also need the gun. So I better get them to do that. That's another cheap, quick one. 2 days. But if I go into normal engineering, what we're going to have to do is get them busy sticking it together. So we turn all that crap off. We put on here. That's the crypt turret. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Here it is. This little ball of goodness. Now we can stick on better things on it. So this, which is the site from... Oh, look at that. Oh, that's good. Oh yeah, the British site is the best. Let's stick a British site on there. We can make it out of the hardened steel. We've got a turret hatch we can potentially put in. The best one. So this is a new one. It's not as good. We can stick on the turret hatch from the... I don't quite know where that is. It's the one on the back, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That is from the Mark 1 or the Mark 5. Can't quite remember which one, but it's going into here as well. I don't see how you'd fit out of that, to be completely honest. You'd have to be, well, a bit thin, let's put it that way, but we can get them doing that. Oh, that's cheap as well, because they're only little parts. They fly through it. 3 days. Excellent. Ooh, something I've also just considered before we get too giddy with that. How many of them are we producing? I don't quite know. Well, that tank that we're producing, so it's going to take a few days to shufty them over. I need to go in the tank one. And it's normally around 15 days. We've got around 18 more days worth of production. Now we can't send them all at once, because they want 30 of them. So, yeah, we've currently got a few in stock. No contracts are available. Eh? What are you on about? The game on the meltdown. I am building the right tank, aren't I? Mark 1. Mark 5. Yeah. I think the game has had a bit of a breakdown. Or maybe it's because they've not finished building them. But that shouldn't matter. Yeah, developers, answer that. Why can't I send these 15 tanks on their merry way? I might just do a quick restart. I usually fix things. Right, let's try again. Into the tank storage, where we've got 15 of them built. No, it won't let me. No contract selected. Normally it just pops up. I might just have to wait for that. We've also now reversed engineered the turret, which is marvellous. So, what do we want to do next? Do I want the hull? Is the hull even any good? I don't know. Is the track any good? I don't like the look of it, but you never know. We can polish off the remaining of this just so it's out the way. We'll get that done. 4 days, that's not too shabby, is it? Ooh, we've got some more goodies that are done as well. Right, first of all, I want that turret sorting. So we've done that. That is complete. Now we just need the gun. The gun, close all of them. That's the German one. That is the other French one. But look, here it is, little poxy little thing. Ah, yeah. I do wonder if you could place this in the German turret. Ooh, I don't know. We'll have to find out. But we'll go for the recoil guard of the... the British one is more maneuverable of a gun, but it is a lot more expensive. But I do want it. No point in it being a turret if you can't whiz it up and down, I suppose. Now we've got the cylinder. That'll be to do with... oh, if it's gas operated, that'll be... I don't know. Will it be gas operated? Does anybody know? Is that just to counter recoil? I don't bloody know. Of the gases? I don't know. Somebody tell me. I am not a weapons expert. But the British one is heavier, more expensive and everything else. And a bit bigger. But the French one, you get the same stats, nearly. It's just rate of fire, but it's so much cheaper, so I'll go for that. Now, the gun breach, now there's no point going for the German one, because that just means the weight of the thing is about 3 times as what it should be. All the weight is in that. Total mass is 400 kilos. That gun breach alone is 270, which is ridiculous. It does give the best gun elevation and everything else, though, but I think I will be satisfied with... I see, that's the Mark 1. That's another German one. Again, that's very heavy. We've got the British gun breach, which is a bit of a best of both. Lightweight and everything else, but it's fairly expensive for what it is. But it doesn't use too many materials. What would you choose here? There's many choices in this game. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Would you go for the big, fat, heavy one? This is used in the other gun of the Germans, of the A7V. Rate of fire isn't fantastic, but it does have fantastic elevation qualities. It also takes up more room. I'm leaning more towards this one at the moment. This one I just don't think has the best elevation in the world, and that I really feel that that in a turret is going to hurt it a lot. It is heavier than the British one, but I just think it might make that bit of a difference, so we'll leave it on that. Optics. This is always incredibly important. That is range. That is marvel. Oh, hang on a minute. Anti-ricochet. Okay. Accuracy. That's obviously very important. There's an extra stat on these. Oh, that's volume. Oh, this one doesn't take any room, apparently. And that is... this little donkey. Oh, yeah, you can see the size difference, alright. This French optic is far superior. Yes, it's more expensive, but you need to be able to hit the target, don't you? So we'll go for that. And that's what we can do. We can get that together. That'll take 5 days. But we are mixing 3 different countries worth of tech into this one gun. Our research has just been finished as well, which is the new engine. Yeah, I can't wait to get that on the road. That should be fantastic. Now we have an option. See, we can do that, which means we could technically skip that, but that also means we could do the same over here and get this steel in. What I'm after for, really, kinetic resistance is 15 and shock is 15. Whereas on... Where's the other steel one gone? Oh, here it is. The kinetic resistance is higher on that. But you get a bit of shock resistance, and that is it. Whereas on here, you also have that one, which is important. We'll just have to see about that. What would be quite nice is if I could stick a turret on this Hornet thing. That'd be really nice. So far, we haven't built any of the smaller ones, I don't think. So I might focus on the big ones. We'll just have to see what the government want. But I do want that combo anyway, so I might just go down the Hornet route first. Yep, that is what we're going to do. I'm not bothered about the female Mark II, because I just want the combo one. So we can skip that. Get the Hornet, shall we? We'll probably need to get tracks for this as well. Well, that's going to take 41 days to do. The tracks, we could potentially use the ones from a different tank. The ones that are designed for it will have a limit of 21,000, so we'll just have to see what we can come up with. This is the Whippet that we did before, which has the turret, but it is a machine gun. Now, this hasn't been fully designed yet, which means we can stick that turret on that. God, that's so tall. And stick the gun in it. But there's also the fact that can we stick that turret? No, it's just for machine guns, so the German one cannot be used for that. We have to use the French one, but it will have a turret. Now, I don't know what the stats are on that turret, but it's better than a machine gun, so I am gonna shove that together. And when it's ready, as soon as we have this machine gun sorted, we can build one. We have just finished reverse engineering this, which is marvelous. So we can move now onto this. I'm going to go for the tracks first. I don't think they're going to be very useful to me because there's not much weight limit there. Or maybe the engine, it could be good. I don't know. We'll just have to try it. We'll have a dabble at that. 5 days, not bad. Main reason I wanted the engine done is because soon I need to design that new engine and be able to put it in our new tanks. Ooh, trials have just completed of the Mark V, Mark 1. Let's have a gander. Here it is. Let's see what the damage is. Crew awareness, blocked vision ports again. We can fix that. Crew aiming, internal obstructions. That's because there's far too many people in there. Crew safety, blocked evacuation path. That's no good. Fix that. Obstacle track width is a problem. It's insufficient structure rigidity and everything else because it's heavy. Fix that. Extra power loss because it's heavy again. And road speed because there's not enough dampening in there. It seems to be a thing. So that is now fixed. And that means we could start fiddling around and potentially building one. But we've got the new engine. And I want to get that in 100%. I need to design that sharpish. I think we've also got the German machine guns in here. I thought I liked the French one more. I'm not too sure. I'll swap it out. Unless the graphic is just a bit deaded. Oh no, we can't change it now, can we? That's right. I'm being a bit dim. So we'll save this for now. We might even take it for a quick spin. Something that I do need to do is to stick an A7V together. Then I can take that for a spin as well. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But let's have a go. Here it is. Rather lovely. This is the Mark V hull. the most mass-produced of World War II. World War One, should I say, I believe. Especially for the British. Now, this still has that engine, which I wasn't a big fan of before. So I'll just have to see what happens with that. Now, there is a tank over there, but I can never seem to hit the damn thing. Come on, up you go. We'll just... Oh, I might. I might. No. Oh, come on, now we're getting a little bit stuck. Up you go. There we go, to be fair. It wasn't a standstill, so we'll just have a bit of a blast around. Still not a fan of this engine, like I was saying. But it does appear to be a little bit better in this tank for whatever reason. I can't remember if I tweaked it with different transmissions, say from the German one or the French. I can't quite recall. Somebody might who's just watched them all. It's been a little bit longer for me. But it does appear to be significantly better. Hey, I hit that. I'm amazed. Can we get up here? It's a little bit skiddy, but it's... Oh no! I need to run up. No good, is it? I know it's a bit bloody steep like, but it's meant to be a tank that can go over stuff. Just needs that little bit of momentum and then we're off to go. Isn't that marvellous? Still doesn't really want to turn. It might be just because it's up here and it's a bit awkward, but it's not the most agile thing in the world. Come on. Took me 3 days to get around that slalom, but here we are. Let's... Oh, I missed. Damn it. Reload, 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 reload. There you go, we blew that up. Oh, I have to go on that. That's what I did wrong in a couple of episodes back. I didn't quite get close enough to that, and it kind of messed it all up. Come on, tank. Off we go. So we've got 2 machine guns on that side. I could do with them being on this side now. So I'm just going to have to squirt everywhere with this one. Hey, I hit some of them. Oh, there you go. That wasn't too bad, was it? Let's keep rolling down here. See if we get stuck. Last episode, I do believe we got stuck in the Whippet tank in this bit of a ditch down here. There we are. Oh, I'm going off course, trying to press buttons. Oh, it's going a lot better already. Oh, I thought we weren't going to do it then, and that was mighty close. Now then. Can't hit any of them. But that, look, I can shoot down a bit now. That's because of the gun depression. Come on, will it go down? Don't think that's going to go down. I'm going to have to just... Sugar lumps, go in there. Oh, we're too high up, man. We can't shoot it. No! I may be getting myself in a bit of a pickle. Not gonna lie, I might be a bit stuck. But we've shot the target. Hey, yeah, got out and blasted them as well. Get in. Apparently trees don't actually count as a solid object. How marvellous is that? Who knew, eh? On to the next one. Look out, enemy tank! Boom! And we have finished. We actually got round it this time. How marvellous is that? Now then, let's see if we can get this sorted before the end of the episode. We have now completed our engineering design. And we need to just stick it all together. So let's have a quick gander. This is for the gun in the turret, and that is what, the Whippet? Was it this one? Is this the draft? Yes, it is. And there it is. Right, I need to be able to stick this together, then we can take it for a bit of a spin. Sure, yeah. Oh, I've not done the rest of it. What was I gonna put in here? Oh, I need a commander in here. Commander gunner. Might go for that. Maybe put one of these as a gunner mechanic. It's gonna have to do. We need mechanics in there. Expendables. We've got. Oh yeah, look, armor piercing rounds and high explosive. Wonderful. We've got some rifle ammo already in, and oh look. Oh right, okay. Yeah, well let me do that. Paint. We'll leave that at that, and give that a thorough blasting. 11 days and we can do that. I do need to stick together an A7V though. I need to stick together this. I want to have a dabble at that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get the boys to do it as soon as we have... Well, we've done the bits that I wanted, technically. So I could get them doing that pretty sharpish. That might even be next episode. You'll have to wait and see, because I am going to leave it there and hope that you return. How wonderful is that? There you go, something to come back to. How marvellous is that? And if you do enjoy these episodes, please do consider hitting that like button. That shows that I am appreciated in these efforts of entertaining you. Thank you very much, have a pleasant evening, and I shall see you later. Bye-bye. Once again, thank you everybody who is a member. Your support is much appreciated. Now, for those who don't know, the members receive videos much earlier than everybody else. So if that's something that would interest you, do pop and have a look. Believe me, it is an absolute bargain. Have a good one. See you later.